Assalamu alaikum and welcome back, sisters. You're watching Women's AM with myself, Ayan. And joining me on the show today, we have sisters Nusrat, sister Hannah and sister Sidra. And mashallah, we've got another special guest on the line today. We have Jo Wheatley, winner of the Great British Bake Off of 2011. Hello, Jo.
Hello, how are you?
Good, very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you.
It's
really,
so good to have you on the show.
It's really good to be on. Thank you for asking me.
So now we know that you're going to be, you've had your book out and you've been doing all this touring and signing. How has that affected you in balancing, your motherhood and what you're doing now? Have you been able to find a balance between all of that?
Yeah, to begin with, I mean, I won 4 years ago, so it sort of calmed down a little bit now. But to begin with, it's a bit of a juggling act. You go from being, a normal mum, then all of a sudden you're sort of projected into this limelight. But it has been amazing, really amazing, and it's given me such a huge confidence in myself, because before I won the show, I was a bit of an underachiever and, was happy to be a mum, a stay-at-home mum, and look after my family. But all of a sudden, this has given me a whole new wonderful career that has been fantastic. And to have, I've now got 2 best-selling cookery books. They were both in the Times bestseller list, which has been fantastic, really fantastic.
And what was it that made you actually go into the competition itself? Because I don't imagine it was an easy decision for you.
Do you know what? It was a fluke, really. A friend of mine said to me, oh, there's a new programme coming on, which was before the first show in 2010. And I looked online and there was an application form. So basically I just ticked the box, and it was before actually seeing the show and realising that, you're going to be filmed, and I didn't think too much about it. And then they came back to me and said, oh, sorry, this year's applicants are all fulfilled now. Would you like to put you in the waiting list for next year? So I said yes. And all of a sudden, I watched the show and loved it. Didn't think any more about it, really. And in November, I had an email pop into my inbox saying, was I still interested? So I thought, do you know what? Why not give it a go? And I never, ever in my wildest dreams thought that I would make it to the final 12, let alone go on to win it. So it was a really wonderful experience, but very nerve-wracking and very fulfilling.
So considering you've all been winning and you've had this touring and all of this buzz, how has your life actually changed since winning? And I mean in various aspects of your life, whether that's personal, professional, how's it changed?
My life has really changed. Actually, really changed for the better. I always say I'm like me, but better. I now have this amazing career that I literally thank my lucky stars for every single day of my life. I do something that I genuinely love, developing recipes. I do the shows, obviously I'm at the Cake and Bake Show, and I get to meet all of the people that follow me on my social media, and I'm writing a newspaper column. It's just opened up this whole new world and this whole career for me that I would never in my wildest dreams have imagined that I could have achieved.
It's amazing how just, going from one application has kind of brought about so many changes. But how have your children kind of coped with it? Has it been exciting for them, or have they kind of got used to it now and saying, oh, it's just mum on TV again? And
I think the kids are really incredibly proud of me. They sort of still say now, oh, Mum, you did really well, and but they sort of up the ante a little bit now when they come round for a dinner. But my children are actually all grown-ups now. It's my youngest at the time was only 15 when I won Bake Off, but he's now obviously 4 years on. He just turned 20.
Oh wow!
So it was. But they all come round and now they sort of rate me for dinner. They expect this sort of Master Chef type dinner on the table, and they expect, patisserie standard bakes every opportunity.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God! So that's a lot of pressure on you then for meal times.
It is. So I can't go to any anybody's for dinner either without, you know, they always say to me, oh, do you want to come for dinner? Oh, you bring the dessert, though.
Oh,
so,
no. You've opened up a whole can of worms now.
It has.
So what tips would you say, or what words of encouragement would you give to any of our viewers today who are actually interested, who love baking, who might be interested to go into it professionally?
I'd say, you know, go for it. Let your heart be, you know, take over and do what you love, because it's so rewarding. And also with social media now, that it does open it up that you can advertise your bakes and things, start with friends and family, and then it can open it up, and word of mouth, soon you can have a business in doing something that you really enjoy.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's actually amazing, you know, how things work out if you just take that step. And we really appreciate you coming on today and actually talking with us and telling us a little bit about your experience. And we really appreciate it. And for those of you who are watching, if you are very interested in the cakes and baking, please make sure that you look into the Cake and Bake event at London Excel as well. So thank you so much, Jo, for joining us this morning. And good luck with everything.
Thanks ever so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So you know what, it's really amazing, you know, qadarullah, you know, how things work out. It was just a fluke. She just, you know, her friend said, just go for it, and there you go. At the end of it, mashallah, she's got two books out. She's had all of this, and she says, you know, it's changed her life for the better. So it's amazing how things work out.
I think Jo is living proof of the term of calculated momentum. There are times in life where you cannot actually wait to do things, because if you were to wait that little extra longer, the opportunity will go by. And I think Ali radiallahu anhu even said it best, that opportunity is swift in flight but slow to return. So sometimes you just got to go for it. Don't care what anyone says, you know, just go for it, really.
SubhanAllah. I mean, what did you make of this? I mean, did you ever think that maybe just going from one little application could lead to so much?
Yeah, that's the thing, like, the things work for you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will, and everything kind of gets into that your schedule, actually. When I was joining Muslim Charity, I was like, how can I work? Because previously I used to work part-time, so I was like, how can I leave my baby? I'm a mother myself. So, but alhamdulillah, everything has worked. My husband takes care of her when she's at home. She goes to nursery, and like, she is not suffering at all. And alhamdulillah, it's going really well. So Allah makes it easy for you.
Exactly. You make that step, and sometimes when you have, you know, good intentions with something, you know, Allah facilitates that for you, subhanAllah. It is really amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, I don't know, you always see these quotes on social media, you know, in the pictures and stuff, that, you know, even if things aren't going according to your plan, they're going according to Allah's plan. And obviously we know Allah is the best of planners. So yeah, I think it's just, as you know, Nusrat was saying, taking advantage of opportunities, making your efforts. And I think even what Jo was saying about, you know, doing something that you enjoy,
absolutely,
you know, yeah, for the sake of you.
And honestly, nothing but good could come out of the fact that you do something that you're so passionate about. So even if it doesn't work out, you've invested in something that you love, and surely there's some kind of return from that. So I thank you so much for your comments. Unfortunately, we have come to the end of today's show, but do join us again tomorrow, where we'll be discussing art and spirituality. But before we go, here's a reminder of this week's competition.